Hello, guys, and welcome to the qualities. I spelled that wrong. Damn, whatever. I just be typing, and it just, uh, you will hear me mention many times. I have Mercury in retrograde. My mind works faster than my hands. This is also why I type everything out, even for myself, so that people can actually read it. So just ignore any errors in advance. I'll correct them while speaking. Okay, so we have already went over the base essentials of the signs, the planets, the houses, how you can mingle them together for this understanding of the general outline of the chart to get a flow of what you're doing. What we're about to do is getting to this, into this hardcore and double down on our knowledge. So what this is going to do right now, this qualities and categories of the sign is going to break down so you understand the signs even more. And that you're able to apply the energy of the signs to both the houses and the planets and further expand upon your own reading and personal understanding of yourself, but also reading for clients. So let's get started. That was cute, right? The three main categories for signs are fixed, mutable, and cardinal. That applies to all 12 signs. These are the only categories they can fix in regards to their qualities, their temperaments, pretty much. Can you see this? I hope y'all can't see this. Let me move this. Okay. So mutable signs are flexible, easily adaptable. This replies. This I'm all messed up today. I'm not gonna lie. I've been going into this for like 10 hours because I had to make these first. But anyway, mutable, flexible, easily adaptable. This is Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces. Um, these people go with the flow. They sort of try to work with other people, make things happen, be helpful, add their logic to the bunch. Sagittarius adds their stories and humor. Gemini adds their intellect and thought process. Virgo tries to heal and organize everything. And Pisces just lends you all the feelings. That's what these mutable energies do. Cardinal energies are more firm. These are the starter up energies. These are the like pistols. Outgoing, courageous, original thinkers. Aries, if you've ever met an Aries, you understand why they're considered a cardinal sign. This is not fixed, but it's like rah energy. That's for Aries, Libra, and Capricorn and Cancer. These are the starters. Somebody who, if anybody has a plan or will come up with something that's Cancer in regards to things domestic and home and caring for others. Capricorn about getting the bag. Libra about relationships or avoiding relationships. Aries about self or projects regarding themselves, pioneering things. Let's go. Fixed. Fixed people are stubborn, determined. They have the ability to plant themselves into one thing and just really drive towards that. That's determined, persistent, goal driven. These are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Scorpio typically goes after power. Taurus goes after beautiful things. Aquarius goes after connections and technology and finding their tribe. Leo goes after entertaining, being known, reputation. But either way, their goals are usually pretty fixed. And remember, guys, these are going to apply to planets or houses as well. Now we're going to get into the elemental energies of the planet. So what are the elemental energies, right? Four planetary elements. We understand and we know these well, especially thanks to the craft. Air, earth, fire, and water. Those are the four elements and the four, I guess, subcategories, the elemental categories that the signs fit in. And this will give you an idea of their nature. So fire, that's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. These people with planets in fire, houses on fire, have spent past lives balancing between active impulsively and logically. They are learning to blend. With fire signs, they typically tend to think with their heart and also their ego sometimes. So this is where that impulsiveness comes from and not so much logic. They go by passion. Unlike water, water is very sensitive, emotional, psychic, deeply connected to other people's feelings and also the spiritual world. And they might find it hard for them to lock into logic. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. They are so in their feelings. that sometimes the other things may be blocked. Now, air is where the logic and the intellect come in. This air planets, houses are all about the brain, the mind, how it works. You used to bring people together, used people to come together through thoughts, and they focus on facts more than feelings. This applies to Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The last elemental property we have here is Earth, which is important because you know we are on Earth. This goes to the Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. These are planets that dealt with a lot of material possessions in the last life. And in this life, in order to in order to earn those materials that they so enjoy being a part of this earth realm, they have to be of service to others and healing others. Taurus, this is nature. This is, you have to provide a food or a beauty item or some sort of luxury to people, some sort of way for them to enjoy their lives on a regular basis. Capricorn, you are providing a service, the definite service, usually a business service or something, working with people's money, maturity. And Virgo is all about literal healing, health, fitness, mental health also applies as well because it belongs to the 6th house, which is directly across from what? The 12th house of mental health. Last but not least, we are getting into stellium. Stelliums are 3 or more planets in one sign or one house, a concentration of energy giving a special note to this particular mission, this particular energy and lesson you have to learn. What is a stellium? I just answered that, right? A concentration of that planetary energy meant or meaning you need to let go of the negative traits of that sign to utilize the benefits of its strengths to new heights. We always have to start at the bottom of any sign. You're going to learn degrees shortly today, or shortly within this series, and you'll understand that there is development. You can start at 1 degree in life. You say you started like 2 degrees Taurus. You could end up by the end of this life developed so much that you end up at like 28 degrees. So that just happens. The development through these degrees happens as you mature into the energy. 0 through 9 is very immature. 10 through 19 is like teenager. And then we got 20 to 29, which is where you're really stepping into the energy of the sign that you're in. You're really letting go of those negative traits and stepping into the energy. And that's especially important with a stellium when you have so many of the negative traits heavy on there that you have to develop out of no matter what degree you're at, because that's a buildup. Stelliums are karmic. For Gemini, if you have a stellium in Gemini or 3rd house, even though I don't have that written on here, it's important to know. Discard hypercritical, impatient, restless, or fickle, always changing up behavior. If you're always changing your mind, nobody can rely on you. It's time to let those things go and embrace being a good communicator, being friendly and remaining focused on the task you have to get done at hand. This is especially important right now when the North Node is Gemini and we're being required to do multiple things at one time, to remain focused, to get through to this next level because we're learning so much now. If you have a stellium in Libra or your 7th house, you have to let go of being indecisive, of giving up your opinions for other people's opinions. Wanting to be alone could also be a thing, or wanting to be with somebody so much that you become codependent. You have to embrace existing with other people while maintaining your own independent opinion. Sorry, your have to be social. You can't avoid people because you don't want to like disagree with anyone, and find balance between self and others if you have a Libra stellium. If you have an Aquarius, because these are all air stelliums, by the way. If you have a stellium in Aquarius or the 11th house, you have to let go or discard rebelling just to rebel, being unpredictable just to be shocking, being unreliable because sometimes you're flaky, or lacking tact when speaking to people because you think of things dryly and you don't sometimes consider people's emotions. Embrace being open-minded, allowing other people to have their own ideas, being helpful to others, and being connected to one another and understanding other people have feelings and that you need to take those in consideration. If you have a stellium in Cancer or the 4th house, you may deal with some oversensitivity, moodiness, crankiness, feeling like you're being ran over because you give so much but you don't have boundaries, are things that can happen when you have a Cancer or a 4th house stellium. But you need to embrace being protective of those you love, caring, but also hardworking. For you, those of you who have a Scorpio stellium or an 8th house stellium, let go of being controlling, possessive, and fixated, aka obsessive, when it comes to whatever the nature of that planet or that house is. Because keep in mind, guys, all of these refer to the house they are in, for an understanding of what area you are doing this in, pretty much. Embrace your psychic gifts, your healing abilities, and your ability to solve difficult problems because you've been through so many problems. The last water one we have is for those people who have a stellium in Pisces or in the 12th house. This makes you sometimes indecisive, quickly into changing your mind. You give up things that you actually want to do for other people, and it sort of makes you a martyr. And sometimes you're oversensitive. You take everything as a personal attack. You have to let go of those traits and embrace being sympathetic and compassionate and helpful, but you have to have boundaries that protect you from other people taking advantage. The next section we have here is Earth stellium. So if you have a stellium in Taurus or in the second house, you have to let go of being lazy, stubborn, or procrastinating, sort of getting too happy in your own comfort of nothingness and greed. And embrace being loyal to people, reliable and determined, to be a person who produces slow and steady, but steady is the important thing here. And remember, look at the house. Virgo stelliums or stelliums in the 6th house. You have to let go of being over analytical, paying attention to petty details, or being too critical of others or self even, and embrace your healing gifts. You are able to physically heal people's mind and body. Your ability to organize your own life and that of others, and the ability to be of service and to provide your handy tricks to others. The last earth sign or Capricorn stellium is also a 10th house stellium. Let go of being a worrywart, not trusting anybody, being stuffy and dry. That comes along with being Capricorn because you're so consumed with trying to get the bad. And embrace just working hard, being ambitious, and finding efficient ways to get stuff done without losing your character in any other way. The last group of stelliums that we have here are the fire stelliums. So if you have a stellium in Aries or the first house, you have to let go of being impatient, aggressive, or selfish, or always think of yourself and other people second. It has to be sort of a blend. You have to embrace the fact that you're a leader and you're a pioneer and you own your individuality, but you allow other people the same thing, and you don't sort of push over other people to assert yours. The same thing goes for if you have a Leo stellium or a 5th house stellium. Let go of being demanding or pushing people over or being self-centered, and embrace being a great leader, loving and loyal, optimistic, the entertainer, the drama queen, the star of the show, but let other people shine as well. The last one we have is Sagittarius, which is a 9th house stellium, or stellium of planets in the 9th house. Let go of being irresponsible, tactless, and argumentative, because Sagittarius just want to be free and create life by their own rules, but embrace being optimistic, cheerful, but also considerate of other people around you when you're seeking your own freedom or really expressing your beliefs, because other people are allowed to have theirs too, guys. This is the end of the stelliums. I'm so umming it up right now, of the qualities, of the natures, of the elements in the stelliums. And I will be back with the next video that will contain the decans, degrees, and orbs, so we can really get into this breakdown of the biggest chart reading series we'll do yet. Thank you, guys.